Hi, it's Jan and Max. Max. Hey, Moo Moo. My walking buddy. Oh, she's terrible when I walk her. She pulls, she barks at people, all kinds of stuff. But I'm working with her, you know. So almost 13 months since my vertical sleeve gastrectomy surgery, and I am at 172 today, which was a surprise to me because I saw 173 yesterday and did not expect to see 172. And that's exciting, you know. It's doing pretty good. So about 18 days ago, I had switched back to hitting harder on the protein, and at that point, maybe almost 20 days, 3 weeks or so. At that point, I had seen 178 a little bit, but more I was seeing like 181, and it was in there, you know. I was stalled, and that's really the wrong word for it, since about, sorry for the noise, cat and dog interaction, from about Thanksgiving and then on to Christmas. And, you know, it just seemed like I was stuck. So I pushed for, more protein. I tried to get 3 of these bad boys in a day, and eating mainly protein and good carbs. Originally I said I was going to try and keep my carbs under 30. That ended up being completely unworkable for me. I was not even really able to keep them under 60. And talking with my dietitian, they said aim for 90 to 100. So that's kind of where I've been. I had a couple of days here where digestively I was feeling the whole protein push was too much. So I went back and threw in carbs in a big way, like up to 170 some grams of carbs. And that resolved that issue. And now I'm trying to be more moderate with some carbs and some protein. I'm trying to balance, but hitting the protein first. So that's been pretty good. I found out that onions are on my no bueno list. They're too caustic for me. And although I love onions, I suffered with them for quite some time. I had pain in the area where my gallbladder used to be after I had some French onion soup, and I only had like half of a restaurant-sized cup of French onion soup, and I didn't have hardly any of the cheese. There was no bread in it, but there were onions in it, and wow, felt those onions in a big way. So when I find a food like that, I write it on my no-fly list. I write the reason next to it, why, and I try to be real careful. So let's see, what did I do today? Let me drag my Fitbit off my shirt. 6.87 miles. The first mile and a half, was the dog walk. I took the dogs for a long walk, and I end this walk with Monster Hill. This hill is like a 20 degree grade both ways. Not kidding. It's down and then a little bit flat and then up, and it's really just like that. It's so steep that going down it, I have to hold the dogs really firmly so that they don't jolt me, because it would be really easy to fall on that hill. And then going up it, I hold back on them because I don't want them to pull me up the hill and defeat but really that's not usually a problem, because by that point they're so tired that they're trying to get up the hill. So that's something. So we did that first, and then I came back and crated both dogs after giving them some water, gave them time in the crate, and then I went out for my main walk. I've been running the intersections, but not every day, because I value my hips and I value my knees, and I don't think at any point that I'm designed to be a runner, but sometimes it feels real good. So basically I do it when it feels good, and I don't do it otherwise. So I don't know. I'm trying to spend a little bit of time reading. And to that end, God, I'll tell you what, I disdained this series for so long. And then I read it and I really liked it. I read it because I thought, oh, I would hate this. And I decided, I never read it. So I'm going to give it a trial before I hate it. And I like the whole series. Team Edward, definitely. And so I'm reading it again, mainly because with computers and phones and stuff, I find my attention span really, really limited. I'll hear this knock, knock, knock on my telephone, my little thing, my indicator that something's happened, and I take my attention away from whatever it is and put it on the phone. Here's my other guy. Say hi. Say hi, Kim. Well, that's Cameron. So I'm reading because I don't want to lose my ability to focus. And I started paying attention to what was creating that knock, knock, knock sound. And if I found that it was ticking me off because it was a stupid notification, I immediately go into my application manager and kill the notifications for that app so that I have less things that are distracting me. So my favorite foods for this week are celery with flavored cream cheese, which is really, really, really good. I like the cinnamon cream cheese. And actually, I take a little bit of Jif Whips and mix it in with the cream cheese, and it's really, really good taste. Really good. And not nearly as caloric as eating peanut butter. And I just put it on the celery like ants on a log. It's really yummy. My protein drink is still doing well for me. I take one of these blender cups and you put the blender top on it and then invert it, which I wouldn't want to do or I'd spill it all over myself. Screw it onto the blender and go. I use egg protein powder, and I used to mix it with cashew milk, but I found that mixing it with water, an ice cube, and a little bit of black coffee, that's what I like now. And I was drinking chocolate, and I found that it just got to be too darn chocolatey for me. So I get some of the vanilla powder, and I mix it half and half, and that seems to be a good mix for me. Bacon, I like bacon. And I made a whole mess of bacon and froze it into Ziploc bags, and I can break off a frozen chunk of bacon, put it in the refrigerator, microwave, and nuke it, and then have it with something else. And that's one of those foods that's as good as eating chocolate, I swear to God. I don't eat a lot of it because that'll throw your digestion off too. My chicken soup is still real good. I have another pot of that in the crock pot. Chicken, peas, carrots, chicken broth, all cooked in the crock pot with love. And no pasta. And it's really good. No rice. So that's another one of my go-to foods. I've been staying away from the lamb. I think it was overspiced and it was bothering me. Ooh. Last night I made... Crazy dog. She's got this dog chew. It looks like she's got a cigar. Hi there. Hey, Maxie Moo. Okay. I made the ricotta bake with mozzarella cheese, and I put 3 little pepperonis on top, mini pepperonis. They're like that big. And it gave me heartburn all night long. But if I go to Giant Eagle and I get these things, they're called get out of there, eggplant rollentinis or whatever. It's eggplant rolled in a circle, and inside it has ricotta cheese and mozzarella, and my oh my, is that good. They come in rolls. They look like lasagna roll-ups. Have you ever seen those? But no pasta. And a little marinara sauce. Wow, they are good. And I was worried because there's a little bit of breading on the outside of the eggplant, but I'm still losing weight, so I'm okay with that. And I tried making it at home, crashed and burned. They do something there. It's got like a crazy tangy taste to it, and I just really like it. What else? Yogurt, Greek yogurt. I'm really starting to like that, even though there's this repellent thing about it. When I eat Greek yogurt, it tastes like a dry mouth feels. It makes me feel like my mouth is dried out. So I'm not crazy about that, but I do like the fact that the flavor is really, really good for some of them, like the raspberry chocolate. I like that. Gives me that chocolate fix that, you know. So as far as the carbs go, I said I'd added back some good carbs. Let me qualify that and say, yeah, I've had some crappy carbs too. I had an ice cream cone from McDonald's. It's texture. It's cold. It's slightly grainy. It's, for some reason or other, they make them really small. They're like baby cones. And for some reason or other, it's the fix that sometimes I need. It's 170 calories of. But, I'm still losing because I'm balancing this really well. It's like I'm willing to deprive myself in some ways as long as I'm willing to give back to myself in other ways. So I have to have the strength to say to myself, yeah, you can have something once in a while. Because if I don't do that and I get so restricted and I'm constantly telling myself, no, 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 and then work out, work out, work out, don't take the shortcut, keep going, keep going, keep going, don't lay down and rest, don't read a book, don't whatever, that's too restrictive. And at that point, why am I even doing it? So I embrace the fact that I had an ice cream cone. I still lost 2 pounds this week. Could I have lost more if I didn't have it? I don't think so. Okay, so that's it.